to Woman Vision TV. It's where women talk. I'm Nadia Jordana. My guest today is Tamara Barnett. She's the lead singer of Tami and the Bachelor. Let's go talk to her, find out how she got started in this business, and learn about what life on the road is like. Tami, hi.
Hi.
I'm so glad you could be here today.
Me too.
All right, well, let's start from way back in the beginning. How young were you when you first knew you were musical? I suppose it was family maybe telling you?
It was family, and it was when I was 2 years old, and I barely remember it. But my mom knew. My mom could sing, my dad could sing. My mom's family could all do music, and my dad's family is fairly musical as well. And there was a talent contest, so my sister, my brother, and I were, well, they just made us do it. We sang some songs in this talent contest, and I was 2. And my sister was 3, my brother was 4.
Oh, how must have been so much fun.
We must have been cute.
I wish they would have had cell phones then. The video would be great.
I do remember singing Playmate. I don't remember the other songs. I can't remember for sure what they would have been. Maybe, Out Behind the Barn. We sang that.
Okay.
Which is an old song.
Yeah, I remember. I don't remember
Slide
the words.
down my cellar door. That was the other one, the Playmate song.
Yeah, okay.
And I remember singing that. But, yeah, so anyway, second prize.
So then, how old were you when you knew you wanted to do this for a living?
Oh, I think I was probably about 13.
Okay, that makes sense.
12 or 13.
Yeah.
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 And, you know, we listened to a lot of music in our house. My uncles had bands. My uncles were guitar players, and my grandfather played the violin and the banjo and the guitar.
Yeah.
And my mom had a guitar.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so, and we weren't allowed to touch it.
Oh, I suppose.
Anyway, she showed me some chords on it, and so then I was allowed to play that, and I played it and played it and played it ad nauseum. I'm sure everybody was really sick
Did you
of it.
teach yourself to play
Yeah,
guitar?
my mom taught me a few chords, and then I worked on all of that, and I taught myself other chords. And then there were some girls at school, Mary Ershman, who taught me. I don't know if you know who she is, but
I remember the last name.
She taught me how to play finger picking patterns and some other chords and things like that. So basically self-taught for the guitar.
Fun. Yeah, I tried once and it didn't go well.
Well, it's difficult. And the first time I played guitar in front of people by myself was at a 4-H doing, and the Swecker girls sang with me. And I think it was at the Leader Hall.
Oh, sure.
And
sure.
and we sang a Bee Gees song and some songs from church.
Which 4-H club were you in?
The Becker Busy Bees.
So was I. Okay, but at different time, at different periods of time. I'm a little older. What the audience doesn't know is that we both grew up in the same town. A little bit different time period, but the same school, and not a lot different, and the same friends, same families we know. But so you were in the Becker Busy Bees.
Yes, I was, and I think it was a huge part of my growing up and development, and it was really fascinating to see where everybody went from that. You know. And you could tell, 4-H was a huge effect on youngsters.
It was big for me.
It was big for us too.
Yeah.
I have great memories of that. Taking home ec projects and my rabbits and my dairy calf and all that kind of stuff. So I won a purple ribbon at the Pine River Fair.
Oh, purple! I never got past a blue.
Yeah, and I got to go to the state fair with my cow.
How great.
And of course my parents couldn't afford to get me and the cow down there, but
of
course the other leaders in the 4-H club, like I think it was Kermit Christensen who got his trailer, and he got me and the cow to the state fair. So, and a bunch of us. Took a bunch of us down.
Yeah,
so
that is so great.
It's really fun.
Yeah, it would be. Well, all right. Now, when was your first professional job?
My first professional job would have been with, there were these guys on Mille Lacs Lake that I met through Patsy Schweik, whose name was Patsy Larson. I don't know if you ever knew her.
I don't know her.
And she was also from Motley, and she was a singer. She was in the Shamrocks, and she knew these guys who were looking for a bandmate. And so Eddie Lieback, who now owns a resort on Mille Lacs Lake, and his friend Randy Flatibo had me be in their band. It was called the Tammy Craft Trio.
Oh, okay.
And so we did that for a while. I can't remember how long. And then I had a car accident, and then I kind of was out of the music business for a while. And then Tim Klein put together a band with Kathy Christensen, who's now Faber, and Wayne Terrell and Scott Watts. And it was called Leather and Lace.
Oh, okay.
And that's
a good name.
That was in the early 80s. I think it was 82 or 83. And then after a while, then the other girl in the band and I had a band called Little Sister. And then that was most of the way through the 80s. And then in 89, I met Phil, who's now my husband.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a band together for a while. It was called, his band was called Impact. And then we changed it to the Tamara Band.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were signed for a little while with a record company. And we didn't like that very well because they took all of our money.
Ah, yeah.
So we broke our 5-year contract with them, but we couldn't work together in the same venue. So that's why we started the Tami and the Bachelor, because it was a different venue.
Mm-hmm.
And that was...
it's a good name.
And I thought it was a good name at the time because we really couldn't use the Tamara thing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we did, and that would have been 93, 94.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest is history. It just kind of stuck.
It's been that way ever since.
And well, we didn't really want to call it Tami and the Bachelor, but we couldn't think of a name, but Phil's brother came up with it.
Yeah.
So we've been using it ever since.
Yeah.
And now when we use several other people, we call it Tami and the Doctors.
I saw that and I wondered what that meant.
Yeah, because we can't just call it Tami and the Bachelor.
Yeah.
Because there's more of us.
So Tami and the Doctors is you and Phil, and when you have other musicians.
Like we'll have C.J. Wright will be our drummer this weekend, and Shannon Webster will be our keyboard player and our other singer.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
So it'll be, and I'm excited to go do a gig with them because it's really fun.
What are some of the things you like the most about performing?
Oh, I love to sing ballads and make people cry.
Yeah, you guys are so good. Yes.
I love to sing ballads because it really does make people feel something, and you can see it. Mm-hmm. You can see people, their reaction, and I like that. I feel like because people need to feel things. Yeah. They really need to.
That's what music does. That's what singers
very powerful.
do. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's why people come to listen.
I'm really not happy until I see somebody actually crying, or reacting in some way.
Yeah.
They don't have to cry.
Yeah, you like to see a reaction.
I like people to react.
Well, how far do you guys travel? I mean, I've seen some things out east. So how far do you guys go?
We'll go anywhere.
Yeah.
We'll go anywhere. We've played in New York. We've played in North Carolina. We've played in Oregon, Washington, Wyoming, Montana, North and South Dakota, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, Michigan, Wisconsin. We were just in Wisconsin last weekend.
Yeah. So you guys keep busy pretty much
we're busy all the time.
Yeah.
If we have to take time off, it's a big deal.
Yeah. Well, and that makes me think, what are some of the things that might happen or have happened that you've had to either give up or miss because of what you do for a living?
I think I miss my family. There's always something. There was a party last weekend for my cousin Jeff.
Sure, it's always
who
on the
also
weekend.
Is a musician,
Yeah.
And it was in Mandan, North Dakota, and I couldn't go
Yeah.
because I had a gig.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. I mean, there's something all the time. Everybody has something. So yeah, it's family.
Yeah.
Right. So other than, and then you're not allowed to be sick. Not allowed to be sick at all.
Yeah.
Because the show must go on.
Yeah. If you're booked and you're not feeling well, that has to be really hard to rise.
It is hard.
Above that.
Yes. And then also, because you use your body as your instrument, as I do, you have to make sure you're rested.
Yeah.
And you can't.
Yeah.
When I see these people that are traveling everywhere, interviewing and having to be up early and stay up late, I don't know how they do it, because you have to sleep.
That would be hard for me, yeah.
You have to sleep.
Yeah.
It's important.
Well, now, I have to imagine that things don't always go smoothly.
No.
Are there any funny stories or any disaster stories that have happened, or challenges you've had to get through to get that show on for an evening?
Well, yeah, there's always something, it seems like, and that's why for me setting up, getting to a gig and setting up is the worst.
Equipment
because
is probably important.
you're afraid that something's going to break down, and there have been a couple of times when we actually forgot something at home, like the guitar. Phil forgot his guitar one time, and we had to ask a friend. Our friend Alan had to go and pick it up at our house and bring it to the gig, and he had to drive about 2.5 hours one way to get the guitar to us.
And you had enough time, though.
Yeah, we had the time. We discovered it in time to have that. And then there have been a couple of times when we were out in the middle of nowhere, and one time we were robbed. Someone stole our van and our trailer, and it was stolen. And the police said, "Well, you're not going to get it back."
And you didn't?
Well, we did get it back, but they had very little hope that we would, and we did.
Yeah.
And they had stolen our guitars and most of the gear that was.
Was that
inside.
while you were performing that?
Well, we had just performed in Decatur. We stopped at a Perkins to get something to eat. It was the night before Thanksgiving, and we came out and it was gone. And someone had.
Must be just a sinking feeling.
We all just felt sick about it, and but they found it in a neighborhood, and they had not taken the stuff out of the trailer. They had just taken the really.
They hadn't gotten around to it.
Well, I think they just couldn't get in there easily.
Okay. Yeah.
So they just broke a window to get into the van. But they got everything out of the van, the guitars and our personal gear and some of the things that were in there that were pretty precious. But we were able to go and rent guitars, and we had a gig the next day in East St. Louis, and we were able to rent guitars, and we went and played.
Oh, great.
We just went and played.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just amazing how many people have helped us over the years. That have come to our aid when we needed something.
Yeah.
And friends are just wonderful. They're just amazing. They'll come, and there was a while when I couldn't help with the setting up and the tearing down, and friends have come and done it for me.
Yeah.
And it's just really nice.
And they probably enjoyed it.
Well, I don't know. They said they did. It was fun for me. But.
Well, is there a place, a website or some place people can go if they want to follow your travels and maybe find you and come listen?
Yes, it's TamiandTheBachelor.com, and it's TamiandTheBachelor.
I'll put it on the screen too.
Yeah. And there's a little video on there that they can watch.
I saw that.
And it's fun. We've got all these gigs coming up for the summer. We'll be at Breezy Point quite a bit for May and June, and I hope that people will come out and have a good time. We're really looking forward to spring.
You're there quite often.
We're there a lot. We're really lucky that we get to play there. We're so lucky that they hire us there because we really like it.
Any words of wisdom before we go?
Oh, if you're going to get a tattoo, make sure it's spelled correctly.
Did that happen to you?
No, but I've seen people that have done that.
Yeah.
And, I personally don't have any tattoos. I think I'm probably, well, I have several sisters. Jennifer and I are the only ones who don't have tattoos. All my sisters have them. Anyway, You know, be nice to people. Everyone just be nice to everyone.
Oh, I
That's
think
my-
that's great.
That's
Thank
my motto,
you.
is to be nice. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
It's really
This is
fun.
great.